starting your journey to financial freedom. Now, you're listening to the New Investor Podcast.
This is Farah CJ for the New Investor Podcast. To effectively build wealth, it is imperative that you fully understand the value and the power of money. Most of the people you know and within your entourage have themselves probably little knowledge about money or how to grow a net worth. If they did, you and I would probably be far more ahead of the curve with our personal finances today. Now, you see, the people you spend time with, your circle of friends and family members exercise a very strong influence on what your interests come out to be while growing up. And if money was never part of any discussions, then as a young adult, you will have to catch up. And that is if you have made the decision to change the outcome of your financial future. So catching up means wasting valuable time building wealth. And I have experienced exactly that. Now, to be fair, I believe you need to start saving as soon as you receive an income and start investing as soon as you start saving. What I'm about to say may sound like an excuse, but 10 years ago, access to financial education was a lot more difficult than today. And if you're in your 20s today, there are no more excuses for not self-learning to invest. It is a matter of a few clicks. Your time is not yet valuable in dollars terms, so using plenty of it to self-learn the art and science of investing must be a priority as you have a future to build and hopefully a future that will be dictated in your own terms. Now, let me give you some perspective on the difference between money you generate through your actual working hours at your regular job and money you generate through the time you put into investing. Now, the average household income in the United States is $56,500 per year, which is roughly $4,700 per month, or $156 per day, or an hourly income of about $20. Now, investing 20% of that salary consistently and every month since the beginning of the year would have brought you a 50% profit on Apple shares, as an example to date, or another $4,700. That is an additional month of salary, not requiring your time, efforts, and being accountable to no one, just through a well-crafted savings plan and discipline. Now, the whole operation every month would take you 2 minutes. That is 20 minutes of work year to date that paid you $235 per minute. $20 an hour every day for 8 hours, or $235 per minute for 20 minutes of work. That is just one example, and that is not to be generalized, but I did say not so long ago that you only need a handful of companies in your holdings that you love, understand, and trust, not 50. So you work hard for your money. Let your money work hard for you, and it will, regardless of the situation in the world at the moment, or even since the beginning of the year. My investments are up 45%, and that's with a handful of company I invested in. Such a growth was achieved through consistent injections in my capital, which means through me investing my savings consistently, and what I gained through actual capital gains were not as much. The more money you invest, the more growth you achieve. If the market crashes, be sure to keep a proportion in cash so you can increase each of your holdings, and that approach again will create wealth beyond your understanding once the markets have fully recovered, which is on average less than 2 years after a crash. So my strategy is simple, calculated, and filled with patience. However, I completely lack patience when it comes to ensuring that I save the most possible as to invest the most possible. I have been an expatriate for the last 15 years. I have a terrible passport not allowing me to live and work where I please, even though I did through unbelievable amount of sacrifice and hardship. And it seems that this problem can now be fixed because I have had the opportunity to build some level of wealth. And I will now have an opportunity to live in a country that I have actually chosen. Problem solved. You know why? Because of money. Start building right now, as it is likely that money will not bring about happiness, but it damn sure can facilitate 90% of it. In the meantime, be well and stay invested. Thank you for listening to the podcast, and I really hope that it brings you some additional support on your own journey towards financial freedom. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to never miss an episode, and looking forward to your DM and follow on Instagram at New Investor Podcast. In the meantime, stay invested, be patient, and keep playing the long-term game.